Hallo Andreas. So I guess we will start. It's 2100 and we try to be on time. So let's start. Ja, hallo. This is Daniel Siegel and I have the honor to be in a very special room, which is my hobby room, but also the room where we dry the laundries for our children. So you can see toys in the background and laundry over my shoulder. Today we will open the box of the RC4WD drive JD Models Hero truck, which is a Ford Raptor lookalike, and it is a special truck. I think there is no other scale RC at the moment like this. Hi Shane, this is especially for you. I got questions from Shane that we will try to answer today, so he will stay tuned, I hope. So it's very special. I think it's not capable in like a Trial Finder 2. It's long, it's wide, it's super scale, but I think it should be a fun truck, and hopefully not just to tow your Trail Finder to the trail, but also to have some fun on at least medium off-road tracks. So let's start to open the box. I hope this somehow works. So the blade seems to do the job. It's a massive box. This is also why the shipping is not extremely cheap, but hopefully the truck survived the travel from China. Well, okay, so this was just the outer box. What do we have here? Oh, that's stickers and the shipping invoice thing, so nothing very exciting. So when we open the box, we can see there is multiple color options possible. So far, I think we only have seen black and blue, but at least the box makes us believe there will be red and white also later down the road. So 1 second, I have to somehow get the thing out of the outer box. It doesn't want to come out. So we are back. So now we got the black box and it looks very decent, and it stresses one fact: it's IFS with a full hot plastic body. I think it's really cool to have an IFS, more IFS options, because also from performance perspective I think IFS scalers can work very well, but nobody built one that really was modern in a way. So let's continue with the black box. I try to put the camera here. and lots of tape. So I guess this is the boring part of the unboxing, but on the other hand, you know, it's not pre-prepared, it's really live, and also the first time I got the chance to open the box. The box was in the office since Friday, but I was in the mountains scaling, so I had no time to open it up. The packaging looks similar to the Dakar truck, obviously, because it's also from JD models like the Dakar truck. And I guess we will open the padding. Here it is, nicely packaged. First, let's have a look at the radio. The radio is the same as the Dakar had, as far as I can tell from now. So I guess this knob will be to control the diff locks later down the road. Okay, some tailgate part. Windscreen wipers should we want to go in the wet. Stickers. Okay, I think they are planned to be put on the front. And here we have the truck. And the first detail we can see already is, I was not sure when watching the pictures before, was it planned to put the battery in the bed or inside, and now I can tell the idea is to put it behind the rear seats. Okay, somehow I have to reorganize a little bit. So here we are. Here is Hero. It really looks massive and impressive. Okay. Wow. I'm really stoked about the interior. This is super nice. And the door handle does work to lock the door. That's funny. And a very clever idea, because otherwise you would always break the doors when you roll over. And obviously I plan to drive the truck. One question that came up from Shane is the tire size. So this is a 105mm tire compared to those mounted. And I think we will use the caliper now to check on the tire size. So I would say 90mm, roughly. If we take those RC4-wheel drive Prowlers, they could be fit for a little taller upgrade. But you can see those 90mm look really scale and nice. And also you can tell that it's really very, very scaled. And I have seen a picture of RC4-wheel drive where they put it next to a Trial Finder and to a D90, and the size comparison really matched Oh, I like these little details, like here, very nice, and also the lights that they are ready for LEDs. I've seen somewhere that it's very simple to remove the hero. Should you have a 3D printer that can make it a Raptor, this shouldn't be too hard. I think those are odd. Being a European, I'm not so familiar with Raptors, and I'm not sure what is the purpose of these lights on the top. But yeah, let's look in the back. Okay, this is the battery compartment. I have one of my Trailfinder batteries prepared. Let's have a look if it can fit. Yes, it can. Wow, very nice. This is a 3S3200 pack that fits in the battery compartment just nicely. So this is a lot of juice. Really cool. So I'm happy about the battery compartment, because when I saw pictures I was really thinking, oh, you have to mount it on the bed like this, but the solution that's presented is really, really nice. And this seems to be to close the gate. Yes. Cool. Really cool. So this is one of the little details that you can't see. So Shane says the lights on the top are to get rid of the copyright lawyers. Yeah, we shall see. Also the rear, this is interesting, has a locking mechanism. So if you push these two, also very nice detail, and the problem people with opening features always have when they really drive their trucks. And I think this is a really important feature for this truck, because it will be a perfect tow truck if you want to tow your boat to a ramp, or you want to tow your Trailfinder to a trail. This is really cool. Also the exhaust pipes and all these little things. Really, really, I'm stoked by the detail. So now, it's heavy. It's really not a light truck by any means. So let's look at the underpinnings. I think it's super cool that it has a full spare wheel, and it has leaf springs in the rear, and the shocks are mounted on the opposite. Super cool. Really super cool scale. And there is a very long drive shaft and a transfer case, and this seems to be a serial number of some sort. So it seems to be 05, very early. And one question from Shane was, are the A-arms aluminium or plastic? And they are plastic, I can tell you right now. But they look super scale. Yeah, Jane Martin says it looks like a roof rack without the rack. Could be. Those are the lines for the locking differentials, and it has locking differentials in the rear and in the front. So this is cool, very cool. Some people might want to use two servos to have it separately, but I think for me it's fine if I can lock them all in one go. The next question was, can you put normal tires on? And I think we will try to find tools to try. I will put this right here for now, and I will have a little look for the tools. So I have tried two and none worked so far. So let's try this one. This is some funny size because this is my 3 mil. That doesn't work. And 2.5 also doesn't work. I have to check a little bit more. This one is too big. Interesting. So this one works. This is the wheel wrench from the RC4 drive Gelände 2 from the 1/18 scale, and apparently it works to take a wheel off. So another comment is it looks like those 4 ports on the top are for rollover protection. Yes, clever thought. And I think you should fasten those little screws before you really drive it, because this looks like something that might eventually come off. Very soon. So you can see I have 4 out of 6 already taken off. Shouldn't take too long now. Because the whole idea or reason of the question is, can we fit normal scale wheels on this truck? So opening these 6 screws doesn't help to get the wheel off. Maybe it's the middle thing that you have to pull out. No. So as of now, it seems I don't know how to take the wheel off, which is a shame. I opened all 6 nuts, but the wheel doesn't want to come off. So sorry for that. I tried, but we should see. So Leo asks for more light. I can move a little bit further. What I don't like is that the rear light bulbs are not colored. The exhaust pipes are really nice. The trailer hitch is really cool. And we can also move more light here. And really, this opening thing is really cool. If I had time to read the manual, I would. And I'm sure I will figure it out later down the road, but now for the life I cannot. Again, one of my personal highlights is really the battery compartment, and that it fits this really powerful big battery. Super nice. Also, I like that it comes pre-wired with an XT60 connector. I'm sure that there will be some speed controller in there. So my next plan is to try to light it up. I give you this angle for now. I will put some batteries in the remote. Maybe the wheel comes off if we start driving it. Okay, there is something odd with the radio. It needs 6 batteries. Okay, I prepared 4, but I think we will find 2 more. So I found 2 more. Let's turn the radio on. It's on the rear, connected. Let's connect the battery. Let's move the battery in the compartment thing. And I will close it. Okay, so if we turn it over, we shall now check if the... Okay, as I imagined, this controller this controls the lockers. I'm not sure if this will be perfect right now, but we shall see once we drive it. Okay. It does steer to some extent. Interestingly, this is really a long truck. So if you imagined it to be a short truck, this doesn't really come into play. So as specified, it has like 355 millimeters of wheelbase. So quite a long wheelbase. And if we look at the width, for example, here, it is roughly 220 millimeters or 225 millimeters wide. Pretty cool. So now, let's make a first move. It moves. Really nice. What I can already tell is that the steering is not super strong, and we will hit the lamp right now. So maybe I take it to the floor. And we do a little so it works. What you can see is, because I was in a rush, you can see the battery connector. If I was not in a rush, I could put it down there, so you cannot see it. So I can show you this last view of the truck. Maybe we can navigate it around a little bit. Yeah, that's, I think, a lot for today. I'm a bit in a rush. I have to fly to Berlin tomorrow 4 a.m. If you have questions, I will stay online a little bit more and make a static view of the truck, and I can answer some questions. I hope the video was informative. If somebody has questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will keep this right here for you. Really, the locking doors, they are super amazing. Maybe I give you one more view of the interior. Maybe with some additional lights. Super awesome. Chris, I'm sure you can take the bumper off. We always can take bumpers off, can't we? No, but it's a separately molded piece, so I don't see why it shouldn't be possible to take it off. Interestingly, really, is that I cannot take the wheels off. Something that I really think is a little bit odd is that the remote reservoir of the shocks is mounted with a zip tie. But okay, I'm not surprised, but it's a little bit odd or weird. I like the routing of the cables inside the frame rails, really cool. And also the drive shafts look really beefy. And all the shocks and so on is really super scale setup. It's really very, very awesome. And with 90 millimeters, we should have plenty of options to get stickier tires than those, because they feel a little bit old school. I wouldn't say Tamiya CC01 old school, but similar. Also, maybe, and what's also interesting is that the front drive shafts are not fully dog bone. They're just dog bone on the inside and universal design on the outside. I think this is an interesting finding. I think you can see it, despite lighting is not very good. I cannot do a real drive video in the next days because I am on a business trip. Shane, this is flexing of the leaves, so this is pretty good in my book. So we can check the flex if you want. So that's not too bad. The suspension seems to be set up pretty good for the weight of the truck, and it really on the stiff side, but we all know it will need some braking to get it done. And here you can see if I put this a little bit nicer in there, we won't see cables when we put the battery cover down. But I think it is really the smartest solution I have seen for a battery compartment to date. Really awesome. And the diff locking cables look the same on the Dakar truck than they do on this one, which is not a big surprise, I guess. But this is my universal battery, so I have a adapter from Dean's to XT60 on it, so it's not so easy to handle sometimes. Yeah, I hope you liked it. I have to get ready for my trip, and hope you enjoyed it, and I will try to drive the truck later this week, but not before Thursday, so you need to stand by a little bit. And maybe I shouldn't forget to mount my wheels again. Bye bye.